everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a haul, swatch, and review on the Night Owl Lacquer Light and Bright collection. Now before we get started, I quickly want to share with you guys what I have on my nails. I am actually wearing a Watermarble of the Light and Bright collection on my nails today. And on my lips, I have a lipstick from Bite Beauty, and it is the Mauvember 2016 color. Now, all of these polishes are currently available on the Night Owl Lacquer website. That is where I did purchase all of these polishes. There are 6 creams in the collection and 4 glitter toppers in the collection. You can purchase the creams as a set, the glitters as a set. You can purchase the whole collection as a set, and of course you can purchase the polishes individually. I am going to kind of give you guys color comparisons. I wasn't really able to find a lot of dupes, but I did kind of want to give you a color comparison. But I don't really think that I would call them dupes because all of these neons didn't need a white base. So a lot of the colors, a lot of the neons that I will be sharing with you guys to kind of give you a color comparison don't really compare because most of them need white bases. And none of the Night Owl Lacquer polishes need white bases. Now, the very first polish in the collection is the blue one. This is called Dream. This is an absolutely gorgeous blue. It's as close to a neon blue as you're going to get it. I was able to get this fully opaque in 2 coats, but you may need 3 depending on your application. Now, the 2 closest polishes that I had in my collection was Zoya's Robin, but as you guys can see, Zoya's Robin is a little bit more of a deeper blue. So the Night Owl Lacquer definitely has a little bit more of like a white base to it. And then the other polish that I found that was similar is from Virago Varnish, and this one is in Venice, but this one is a little bit lighter. So this one definitely has a lot more of like a white base. This is more like a pastel neon. Now, one of the glitter toppers I use on top of Dream is this one right here, and it's called Light Up the Shadows, and this is an absolutely gorgeous glitter topper. It has some black matte glitters, it has some white matte glitters, and it also has like iridescent glitters in there, metallic glitters, and there's like a holographic shimmer in there as well. I thought this paired really nicely with the blue and the purple because they were a little bit darker of a polish, so you're going to be able to see those iridescent glitters pop a little bit more than some of the lighter colors in the collection. Absolutely gorgeous glitter topper. I did 2 coats of this over the blue polish, and I think it's stunning. I don't know if these can be used as a top coat. I always do recommend using a top coat to finish off your manicure, just to make your manicure last a little bit longer. But one thing to note is that all of these polishes had a very glossy finish. Normally neon polishes tend to dry a little bit on the matte side, but all of these had a very glossy finish. So the next polish in the collection is the purple one, and this is called Believe. Really, really pretty purple. It's a very creamy purple. The only polish that I found that was similar to it is actually from China Glaze, and this is That Sure Bright. But as you guys can see, this one has a little bit more like purple in it. The Night Owl Lacquer has a little bit more white in it, so it's a little bit more a lighter color. The formula of these two are the same. I was able to get this fully opaque in 2 coats. You may need 3 coats depending if you do very, very thin coats, but for the most part, I was able to get this fully opaque in 2 coats. And the topper I use with the purple polish is actually called Sunshine. This is a gold holographic glitter topper. This is very similar to the gold version of China Glaze's Fairy Dust. A lot of companies have a very similar topper to that, and it's just a very, very fine dusting of shimmer, like holographic shimmer. This is not so much shimmer, but it's also not micro glitter, so it's somewhere in between. It's very, very fine, but it's somewhere in between micro glitter and shimmer, so it's definitely much more apparent on the nails. In the picture I showed you guys, that's just 1 coat of this over the purple polish. Absolutely beautiful. I really love these glitter toppers, so I think they're a lot of fun. I definitely think these are worth picking up because they are so different from any of the other glitter toppers or these holographic glitter toppers that I've seen out on the market. So the next polish in the collection is a bubblegum pink. It's a very, very bright neon bubblegum pink, and this one is called Persist. And as you guys can see, it's pretty bright. It's actually a lot brighter in person than it's showing up on camera. On camera, it's showing up a little bit more of like a baby pink, but absolutely gorgeous. This was fully opaque in 2 coats. Again, you may need 3 depending on your application. And the closest that I could find to it was from China Glaze. This is called Glow with the Flow. This came out in a summer collection maybe 2 years ago. I'm not quite sure. This one is pretty similar, but in my opinion, this one has a worse formula. This one takes 3 coats to be fully opaque, and depending, sometimes I actually end up having to do a white base to get this to pop as much as the Night Owl Lacquer. Again, the Night Owl Lacquer you don't need a white base for. And then I have another similar polish. This is actually from Zoya. This is Zoya Shelby, but Zoya Shelby is a little bit more of like a baby pink, so it's not as neon as the Night Owl Lacquers. The glitter topper that I wore on top of the pink polish is called Moonlight, and this is the silver holographic micro glitter topper. I really, really love this topper. Again, like the gold one, this is much more dense than any glitter topper I've ever seen, so it's somewhere in between a micro glitter and a shimmer. This is definitely much more dense than China Glaze's Fairy Dust, so I think this topper is worth picking up if you are somebody who does like toppers. I did 1 coat of this over the pink polish, and as you guys can see from the pictures, it definitely packs a lot of glitter on the nails, but it doesn't necessarily alter the color of the nails, so it's not too dense of a glitter where it can be worn on its own. It's kind of the perfect glitter topper in my opinion. Now I want to talk about the yellow in the collection. So the yellow in the collection is called Imagine, and this is a highlighter yellow. On camera, it's probably not going to show up as bright as this is in person. This is actually extremely similar to China Glaze's Celtic Sun, except the formula on the Night Owl Lacquer is amazing. China Glaze's Celtic Sun, you have to use a white coat underneath this or a white base underneath this, and this sometimes takes 3, maybe 4 coats to be fully opaque. I was able to get this fully opaque in 2 coats. When I went back and looked at all of my nails, only one of my nails had a little bit of a bald spot, and I had to do a 3rd coat on that one nail. But quite honestly, you can get away with just 2 coats with this polish. If you want to be on the safe side, do 3 coats. But that's still better than the 3 coats that you have to do with China Glaze's Celtic Sun, in addition to the white base. You don't have to do a white base with this. This levels out beautifully. It's not as runny as China Glaze's Celtic Sun. It's just a really, really nice formula. So if you love colors like China Glaze's Celtic Sun, that really, really bright highlighter yellow, this one is absolutely perfect. The next polish in the collection is the neon green, and this one is called Wish, and again, it's probably not showing up as bright on camera as it is in person, but this is a pretty bright neon green. It does have a lot of white base, so it kind of leans a little bit more towards like a neon pastel green. I did find an exact dupe for this, and this is from Virago Varnish, and unfortunately all of these polishes from Virago Varnish, their neon pastels collection, I don't remember if that's the name of the collection, but they were all neon pastel colors. These are discontinued, but if you do have these in your collection, I kind of wanted to show you guys a comparison. So this one is called Coronado, and they're an exact dupe, and both of them have a very similar formula. Both of them are fully opaque in 2 coats, but the Night Owl Lacquer one is still available and the Virago Varnish one isn't. I do have one here from China Glaze, but this one has a little bit of like a pearly shimmer to it. This is I'm with the Lifeguard, and if you guys have this polish in your collection, you'll know that this does have a very slight pearly shimmer to it. I do like the formula of the Night Owl Lacquer one better. The China Glaze one does take 3 to 4 coats to be fully opaque, and if you want to make it pop, you do have to wear a white base underneath it. And so the last polish in the collection is called Inspire, and this one is the corally one. So it's pink, but it has a little bit of peach to it. Again, it's probably not showing up as bright on camera as they are in person because all of these polishes are very intense. The closest thing I found to it was actually nothing, because the one I have from Virago Varnish in Malibu is a lot lighter of a polish. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then the closest thing I was able to find from China Glaze is called Ready to Rave. I'm sure you guys have heard of this one, but this one is a lot deeper of a red. I also of a coral. I also compared it to Pool Party, and Pool Party is definitely a much more intense. It pulls a lot more red. The new Pool Party. I'm not sure about the old formula of Pool Party. Maybe this is closer to the old formula, but I only have the new Pool Party in my collection. So quite honestly, I think this color is pretty unique, but this one did have the worst formula out of all of the polishes. This one had a very, very runny formula. Maybe you guys will see it in the video, but I flooded my cuticle pretty much on every single nail. So I ended up having to do very, very thin coats for it. And for that reason, I ended up doing 3 coats with this polish. You may need 4 depending on your application, but the color payoff is absolutely amazing. I think this is a very stunning collection. I think these are very stunning colors, and they're definitely worth picking up if you don't have colors like these already in your collection. Now, the last glitter topper, I wasn't really able to show you guys this glitter topper on top of any of these polishes, and that's the reason I don't have a swatch for this one. It's called It's All Rainbows and Unicorns, and the reason for that is because this is an iridescent glitter, like flaky topper, and this is a polish that, or this is a topper that's probably going to work best on really dark color. So something like a black or a really dark gray or a really vampy purple. You weren't really able to see it on any of these polishes when I was taking a picture. When I did put it on, you can see it in person, but quite honestly, it's a very, very subtle topper to wear on top of such bright colors. I would say wear this over some type of darker based color, and it's just going to pop. You're really going to be able to see all of the colors. Just looking at the bottle, you can see how it shifts between like pink, purple, green. Very, very beautiful iridescent flakies. Now, I do quickly want to show you guys a clip I did of how these Watermarble, I was able to get a full Watermarble design, and I actually did a Watermarble using a white base because I wanted these to really pop, but I don't really think that a white base is necessary. I think that you should be able to Watermarble without a white base because none of these needed a white base. And I haven't really tried it, but I've heard that you can stamp with these polishes. So I'm thinking about doing a tutorial and stamping with these polishes and see how they stamp. And another thing to note about all of these polishes is that they actually all glow under a black light. I unfortunately don't have a room dark enough to take pictures of that. I did try to take pictures of it, but there are plenty of pictures on the Night Owl Lacquer's Instagram page that shows you guys how cool these polishes look when they glow under a black light. So head on over there and check out all of her pictures. She does have stunning pictures on her Instagram. I really, really like the people that do the swatches for her Instagram page. But that's it. That's my entire haul, swatch, and review on the Night Owl Light and Brights collection. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this review. Please don't forget to subscribe. I am currently posting 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!